Hi all, welcome back to YouTube channel. Let's start reviewing using UiPath. In today's session, we want to discuss about UiPath Agentic AI. So many have been came across with this term, right? Agentic AI. So how it basically differs from the normal RPA automation. So we just have to understand what is the difference between the RPA automation, how agent automation will work. So what is the main advantage when you're gonna implement the agent in your automation process? So these are some questions you have to understand before implementing an agent to your automation process. And you have to understand what are the key functionality of an agent, so how it's going to be play a vital role in your automation processes. So to understand all these questions in terms of theoretical and then in terms of practical, we're going to conduct a multiple session on agentic AI so that you're going to understand what is agentic AI and how we're going to be utilized in our automation process and where we have to fit in this. So how you can utilize this by making a handshake between RPA to agent and agent to RPA. So how you're going to use this particular flow. So we're going to discuss bit elaborate on our upcoming sessions. So how agentic AI works, how the agentic AI can be implemented in a Mastro, so how you can infuse RPA automation and agent. So all these topics which are going to be touch base, and we're going to do a live demo so that it makes us to understand bit more clear how we can implement in our real-time projects. So let's quickly provide some courses which you have to go through as a prerequisite so that you can have a good understanding about agents, Mastro, all this product. So as soon as you completed all these particular prerequisites, you will have a good ideas how you can utilize this particular platform. So moreover, we're going to discuss more elaborate on this topics in our upcoming session. Let's quickly give a glimpse about the courses and what you have to go through as well. So let's go to the Chrome. So this is what I was explaining. So what is agent? Where agent going to be make decision on behalf of you. It's going to be break all the tasks in the sub goals and going to complete those. In a normal RP automations, where it's going to be do a cyclic task where it will not decide anything, right? But when it comes to agent, so it's going to be decide or it's going to be rule the particular automation whether this particular task has to be approved or rejected. So those going to be a crucial part going to be taken care by the agent, right? So we're going to discuss more on this as I said earlier. So let's quickly give a glimpse about the courses. So this is a main course which you have to go through introduction to agentic automation. So which will give you a glimpse about how agent works. So what other things need to be configured, all the basic stuffs, and then Mastro. So which is a key thing where it's going to be a playground which is going to help you to interact the RPA automation and agent automation. It will give you a handshakes to connect all this automation. Mastro going to be play a crucial role. So you have to understand what is Mastro and why Mastro, how to utilize those. So those things you can go through. Just gonna enroll this and try to understand about the platform. Okay. So these are some which I just want to give a glimpse. Just go to your UiPath services. So as soon as you go there, so just try to enable your agent. Okay. So as soon as you're done with your agent, so let's quickly take an example and let's quickly discuss more about how agent works, how you want to configure it. So instead of doing more things on theoretical, let's go with a practical session so that we will get more understanding about agent and then we will have more questions to discuss and to understand more. Okay. So whenever you have some question or something, you just post on comments. So as soon as I get some comments, I'll just try to quickly reply on those. So let's quickly just go to the next one. These are some predefined templates of agents where it's going to be take actions. Okay, so we these are several agents like sentiment agent, chat transfer summarizer, and then lead score agent. So these are several agents which you can utilize in your projects. Okay, so but we're going to build our own agent from the scratch. So to build this, what actually you have to do? So you just have to go to your UiPath Web Studio, and then so you have to click on create, and then from here you can click something called as agent, right? So as soon as you click over here, your agent process will be created. So as soon as it got created, it will ask the name of the particular agent. What kind of name? I just have to keep it up. So you can just rename this by right click and then rename. Okay, so there are several things. Let me quickly explain those as well. So how you gonna start this agent? So kind of an autonomous one, or else kind of a conversation, right? So where you're gonna post something and it will get a replay, and once again you're gonna post few more things and you're gonna get the replay. So how you want to make your agent. Okay, so let's go with autonomous now. So let's start fresh. So this our agent panel looks like. Okay, so where you have to provide your system prompt, user prompt, tools, context, escalations, all the stuff which you're gonna provide. Okay, so also we have few other things as well. Let's quickly go through other stuffs as well. So where you have your project panel here, and then the data manager, and then so if you have found some any issues in your project, this particular issue panel will be get popped up with some red marks. And then the next one, so kind of a deployment configuration, so where it will go to very last. Once you're done with your agents, you're going to touch base on this particular part. After that, so what are you going to define? So this definition is nothing but the system prompts, user prompts, tools, context, escalations, and then evaluation sets is nothing but the test cases. So how are you going to test your agent? So how it's going to be reliable to your real-time project? So we're going to test all those things in your evaluation sets. And evaluators, as soon as you post your data, there should be someone to judge your inputs and outputs, right? So that's where the evaluator comes up. So we have two things inbuilt, so which is like a LLM as a judge. Another one, so if you want to make a custom LLM models, you can configure and you can make it up as a judge. And then so let's quickly go here, the project panel. So what kind of a model going to be used? So you can see multiple models over here. And then so this is the coolest part why I would say this. So it helps us to improvise your prompts as well. So this particular panel will help you to improvise your panels. Okay, and then the next one, so you can able to see your runtime outputs over here, and then autopilots which help you to make your coding and make your life very easier. So there's several things. Let's quickly jump. What are the main areas you have to look through? System prompt. So basically what is actually this system prompt? So you have to make your agent what is your roles and duty. So you have to do this thing. Let's take a quick example over here. So if you're in lead of your project, right? So if you have your junior who's working in the same project, you'll assign him some model to work on, right? So similar ways, you have to make your agent to configure on which particular area it has to work and how it has to classify and do all these things. So in terms of actions, you're going to mention everything in the system prompt. And user prompt, so where you're going to help to understand the sample inputs, sample outputs, all the stuff you're going to dump over here. So tools, so which help you to call out your RPA workflows, and then agents as well. So other all the stuffs you can able to call with the help of tools. And then context, so where you're gonna make the context better by context grounding concept. So we'll really go a bit later on this particular areas. So escalation point, so where this particular area will be a crucial one. So why I was mentioning as a crucial, if your agent was not able to handle the so and so issue, it will raise the hands by making an escalation. So when I say escalation, it will route to the human by sending us a mail or by creating a task in action center. In similar way, it will create an escalation so that it will be brought to the human view. Okay, so in this way all this panel works together, so where you can add your assets, all the stuff which you can see here, right? So these are several areas. Okay, so process automation, agents which you can drag and drop and call in the tool sections. Once you're done with your all the sections, you can able to test your agent and see your accuracy. Okay, in our next session, so I'll just come up with a use case and a banking use case, and then I'll show you how to configure this particular agent. Okay, so that you can understand more about the agent. So before that, I just request everyone to go through this particular two topics so that you will have a good idea about Mastro and agentic automation. Once you're done with your course, I'll just request you to post on comment section. I hope in this particular video you understand what are the panels are available in the agent. So what are the main areas you have to look through. In our future videos, you want to discuss more about this and in terms of integration with the master as well. So let's catch up on next section. Thanks for watching. Happy learning. Have a good day.